It's time to take NHL Jersey Watch back to its roots to get you caught up on what's new in 2022. From redesigned home and away sweaters and anniversary logos to event branding and the return of the reverse retro, there's something in here for every team. As Aesthetics presents Jersey Watch 2022 NHL Season Preview. First, a quick shout out to all my Aesthetics members and a special stick tap to the icons. You too can become a member with a tap of that blue join button. Thank you for your support in helping to grow this channel. Whether you've been a hockey fan forever or you're just getting into the game, this will get you up to speed on every team's on-ice look. We'll start with all the major events and then go team by team, alphabetically by division. If you want to jump to a specific section, look for the chapter markers down in the video description or in the timeline. Now, let's go. The season opened early with a league event, so we'll start there. The NHL Global Series is back after 3 years. The Nashville Predators and San Jose Sharks kicked it all off with a pair of games in Prague. Unlike other NHL events, the teams taking part do not wear special jerseys, just a patch on their chest. We'll get 2 more Global Series games on November 4th and 5th in Finland, between the Columbus Blue Jackets and Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche. The Reverse Retro program from Adidas will return this season. The first round was used during the COVID-shortened 2021 season. Version 2.0 will see all 32 teams get remixed throwbacks. I'm told the official release date is slated for mid to late October, and teams will wear this jersey a couple times throughout November and December, including some special reverse retro matchups. One new feature across the league is the remixed NHL shield in the collar, the current design with retro colors. I'll get into what we know about each team's jersey in their section of the video. Up next on the NHL calendar will be the 2023 Winter Classic, taking place on January 2nd this season. The outdoor game returns to Fenway Park for the second time since 2010 as the Boston Bruins host the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Winter Classic logos were released back in June. Jerseys are still under wraps as I make this video, but they're likely to come out in the next several weeks. Rumors point to a return of the Pens' original two-tone blue uniform from 1967. Their 2 previous Winter Classic appearances also used shades of blue. As for the Bruins, no solid word yet on what they plan to wear. But if they plan to match eras with Pittsburgh, maybe we'll see something like this again. And here's a look at their previous Winter Classic uniforms. The 2023 NHL All-Star Game happens on February 4th in South Florida. It's the Panthers' second time hosting since 2003. They were originally slated to have it in 2021, but it was postponed due to COVID-19. The All-Star jerseys have not yet been released. We typically see them in January or a few weeks before the game. And the last major NHL event before the postseason is the 2023 Stadium Series, which is also a rescheduling of a postponement from 2021. The Carolina Hurricanes will host the Washington Capitals on February 18th at Carter Finley Stadium, home of NC State football and a neighbor to the Canes at PNC Arena. No uniforms have been announced yet, but the version planned for 2021 did leak via a retail store. Hard to say if the Canes will use this design or something else. Stadium Series jerseys are usually designed as a coordinated set. Originally, the Canes were set to face Pittsburgh in 21. Now, with Washington as the opponent, things could change. We will likely find out much later in the season. Past release dates for Stadium Series jerseys have ranged from November to February. This season also marks the first time the NHL will permit sponsor logos to be placed directly onto the players' jerseys. It's a sad time, but if I'm reporting on jerseys, I feel obligated to mention it. Not every team will have a jersey ad, but for those that have been announced, you will see them in this video. Alright, there's a lot to cover as we go team by team now, so let's pick up the pace. We'll begin with the Atlantic Division. The Bruins announced a sponsor for their home, away, and alternate jerseys, and they will add 2 more sweaters to the mix for 5 total this season, including the Winter Classic, which I mentioned earlier, and of course the Reverse Retro. For that, all signs point to a white version of Boston's original 3rd jersey from 1996. with the brown bear on the front. After finally returning to their classic blue and gold from the 1970s, the Sabres are sneaking the 90s back in this year. Buffalo announced a new third jersey is coming, with a modernized version of the goat head crest, a design that leaked back in January. As for the reverse retro, a blue and gold version of the old goat head is reportedly in the works. There is rarely ever anything to say about Detroit in the Jersey Watch, and despite the reverse retro, that remains true this year. The Wings remix has been kept pretty quiet. I don't even have a convincing rumor to share with you. All I can assume is that it has to be better than what they used last time. Should be status quo for the Panthers as far as home and away. They always seem to be in the mix for a third jersey, and then for one reason or another, it never comes together. Not expecting anything for this year. On the reverse retro front, the NHL Shop t-shirt leak was interesting. A powder blue base with Florida's old secondary logo. It's led to speculation about a remix of their 2009 third jersey. Have to wait and see on that one. One unfortunate change to Montreal's iconic look arrives this year, as the red home jersey gets a blue and yellow sponsor logo. No word yet on a sponsor for the white one. But there are rumors of an exciting reverse retro, apparently taking its cues from the old Montreal Expos of the MLB. I know many fans will be looking forward to that one. Ottawa will maintain their home and road uniforms, and no big scoops on their reverse retro yet. The NHL Shop leak revealed only a black shirt with their existing primary logo. On the other hand, they did release a 30th anniversary logo, but I'm not yet sure how it will be used. It was not seen on any uniforms during preseason games. Tampa Bay will also be marking 30 seasons with a new logo at center ice. Not sure yet if we'll see it on the jerseys, but the home, road, and alternate should remain in place this season. The reverse retro, meanwhile, should appeal to 90s kids. I'm told the Storm Scene third jersey from 1997 will be remixed for the Lightning, possibly with a gray base instead of blue. We saw a similar rehash of a 90s-era sublimated jersey when Anaheim did this the last time around. Sadly, the Maple Leafs join the other original 6 teams in this division with sponsor patches, though theirs helped write more headlines. Apart from that, no changes to the home and away jerseys, and the Bieber-designed reversible black third jersey from last year is also due to return, and don't be surprised to see the St. Pat's sweater again next March. Toronto hosts Carolina on St. Patrick's Day. When you factor in the reverse retro, the Leafs will be one of a handful of teams to wear 5 jerseys this season, but as far as the design itself, no news just yet. Now on to the Central Division. The Coyotes will keep the Kachina alive as they make the move to Mullet Arena, a much smaller venue on the Arizona State campus. Their logo will share space with the Sun Devils in the center ice circle. Speaking of sharing logo space, the home jersey will now feature an ad, and before you laugh about how Gila River is the name of the arena they just got kicked out of, you should know that it no longer has that name. Gila River is a team sponsor and bailed on the arena naming rights over the summer. Glendale's building is now Desert Diamond Arena. No changes to the road uniform, but the Coyotes just announced a new partnership with fashion designer Luigi Villaseñor, which will involve a new special edition third jersey for this season. No firm details yet, but some rumors suggest it could be orange. Their next reverse retro is rumored to be a black version of the purple one that we saw in 2020. Well, even if the Blackhawks roster has blown up this year, no changes are being made to their primary uniforms. On the other hand, their reverse retro was one that leaked over the summer. It appears to be based on a sweater they wore in 1937. After making small tweaks and changes each of the last few seasons, all's quiet for the Avalanche with regard to their home, road, and alternate uniforms. As for the reverse retro, get ready for a return to the hockey version of the Colorado Rockies, who played from 1976 to 1982 before relocating to become the New Jersey Devils. Steady as she goes in Dallas this year. We'll expect to keep seeing Victory Green primary uniforms along with that Skyline Green on the black alternate. And another black jersey may be coming with the reverse retro, as seen in the NHL Shop t-shirt leak. I've been told their inaugural jersey from 1993 will be revived in some way. Probably good news for fans of their old green and gold logo. Minnesota will maintain the longest stretch in their history without any uniform changes. The home and aways will stay intact this year, though they will have sponsor ads on the chest. For their reverse retro, nothing too wild. Word is they plan to reverse their last reverse retro, a green version of the North Stars-inspired design from 2020. The NHL Shop t-shirt leak did back that up. I still think the Predators could use some updates to their home and road uniforms or even a fun third jersey, but nothing is on the horizon for this season. That said, the reverse retro should cover the fun part. I'm told the infamous mustard third jersey will be remixed with a navy blue base. I'm intrigued to see the Adidas take on that one. Status quo in St. Louis. The Blues recently confirmed the return of not just their home and away looks, but also their two throwbacks, the light blue third jersey and that red-infused 90s design. All of them will now include a sponsor logo. A reverse retro will be their fifth jersey this season, but I have no details to report on that one. It has managed to escape the many leaks this summer. The Jets will add a sponsor to their home, road, and alternate jerseys this season. Their reverse retro will follow a lot of other teams into the 1990s. This logo was seen in the NHL Shop t-shirt leak over the summer. It applies current Jets colors to the old Jets logo. We'll keep it rolling with the Metropolitan Division. Carolina has made some big changes and will become the first NHL team to wear 6 jerseys in a single season. Their black third jersey with the Hurricane flag has been designated their new primary home uniform. The old red one has been retired. In its place is a new red throwback, a revival of their inaugural jersey with silver accents and storm flag striping. The white uniform is not expected to change, but we did see the Canes experiment with black pants last season. Not sure if that'll stick. In addition to the Stadium Series jersey mentioned earlier, that's number 4, the green Hartford Whalers throwback will return in March, that's 5, and that leaves the reverse retro as jersey number 6. No word yet on what they plan to do for that one. We have seen a red and black Whalers jersey, an unused design from 2020, but I'm not sure if that would be used this year. The Hurricanes also plan to celebrate their 25th anniversary with a patch, not on the front of the jersey or the shoulder, but on the sleeve, just above the number. The placement is consistent with the NHL Centennial patch that was used by all teams in 2017. The big news in Columbus is that the Blue Jackets will use different colored pants for their home and away uniforms. It's the first instance I can recall of a team doing this. Normally, they keep the same color pants for both sets of primary jerseys. They will keep the red for their home uniform, but announced in July that they will pair navy blue pants with their white road sweater. These are different from the blue pants that go with their third jersey. The version here with red accents came with their last reverse retro in 2020. On that note, I've heard conflicting reports on this year's edition. One source said to expect a white jersey with red sleeves, and yet the NHL Shop t-shirt leak showed a black shirt with the current primary logo pointing toward a remix of the Jackets' 2003 third jersey. Columbus will also be among the teams with a sponsor logo across their lineup of jerseys. The Devils will add a 40th anniversary shoulder patch to their home and away jerseys this season. I would expect the jersey to return for its second year as the alternate, but one source told me they were on a list of teams planning for a new third, something to keep an eye on there. As for their reverse retros, the franchise will return to its roots. As I reported over the summer, the jersey will be based on the Kansas City Scouts from 1974. A blue and red Devils logo was later confirmed in the NHL Shop t-shirt leak. The Islanders will keep their home, away, and third jerseys, but new this year, each one will feature a golden 50th anniversary logo on the chest. Where things get interesting is their reverse retro. After years of trying to pretend it never existed, the Isles will finally bring back the fisherman logo. Details of the jersey have been kept quiet, but I have been told the teal will be kept to a minimum, with just a couple of accents on the crest and none in the striping. But those wavy numbers are coming back. Same old in the Big Apple. No uniform changes are expected for the Rangers, but on the reverse retro front, Lady Liberty appears to be coming back again. The NHL Shop leak showed that classic logo on a royal blue shirt instead of the standard navy blue, so that might be interesting. Status quo in Philly, no changes to the home, road, or alternate as far as I know, but the NHL Shop leak revealed a possible black base for their reverse retro. This was one of the few where I managed to get a high-res image. There's an extra white outline around the logo, which I've never seen in use before. Count the Pittsburgh Penguins among the 5 jersey teams this season. A sponsor has been announced for the black home sweater. The away and alternate designs seem to be staying unchanged. Earlier, I mentioned their Winter Classic rumor, and then there's the reverse retro. The NHL Shop t-shirt leak had the 90s logo over black. Will we see a dark version of Pittsburgh's white jersey from that era, or a return to their third jersey from 1996? The Capitals were the first NHL team to announce a jersey sponsor, which they did more than a year ago. But the design we saw in the announcement mock-ups has been adjusted now that we've seen the actual patch on some of the jerseys. Apart from the addition of an ad, the home, road, and alternate jerseys remain the same. But they'll have two new ones. They'll make their second Stadium Series appearance when they visit the Hurricanes in February. No word yet on the design, but we do have a sense of where their reverse retro is headed based on the NHL Shop leak. Perhaps a black version of their 1995 Eagle jersey. Now, let's finish strong with the Pacific Division. Not expecting any changes in Anaheim, the Ducks will stick with their home, road, and even that orange third jersey, which may give us a hint to their reverse retro. The NHL Shop leak showed the 90s logo in the current color palette, just like the alternate. But based on the t-shirt and some other reports, it looks like a white version is coming. Could this be a test balloon for a return to the Disney-era logo in modern colors? We'll see. Keeping the 90s theme alive, the Flames loved their last reverse retro so much, it's reportedly back as a third jersey this season, with a couple of minor tweaks, including embossed flames around the sleeves. The reverse retro is also expected to be black and is also from the 90s. The pedestal design will reportedly be remixed for Calgary. And no changes to their classic home and away threads. On the other side of the Battle of Alberta, what Blasty is to Calgary, the Silver Gear is to Edmonton. The Oilers' reverse retro has fully leaked since the last time I talked about it here on the channel. We first saw this kind of teaser image from Tom Gazzola, who was first to report on the design, and soon after, this lower-res photo began circulating online, revealing the entire jersey. The biggest complaint seems to be the oil drop being changed from navy blue to a supposedly unrealistic orange, and yet they don't seem to have a problem with the same orange oil drop in the primary logo. And that's not all for Edmonton. In July, they announced the return of Royal Blue with new home and road uniforms, replacing the previous set in bright orange. The only thing that's not changing is the third jersey. That navy blue uniform will stick around at least another season. No changes to the home, away, or alternate jerseys in LA, but the Kings will keep things interesting on the reverse retro front. The NHL Shop leak showed this classic 1960s crown on a white t-shirt. If it ends up being on a white jersey, that would be a first. It was only ever used on purple and yellow jerseys in the past. The Sharks released new home and road jerseys in September after they were heavily leaked a few weeks earlier. The new designs take inspiration from the team's original look in 1991, while injecting new modern elements like the wave pattern embedded in the stripes, along with teal pants and helmets. I don't think this affects the black third jersey in any way, which should be back for another year. And as for the reverse retros, I first reported on a California Golden Seals remix, which was later confirmed in the NHL Shop leak. The Sharks wordmark here matches the Seals type design from the 1970s. No major changes for Season 2 in Seattle. Their home and road jerseys will be back, but this time without that inaugural season patch. I've heard a third jersey is in the works, but for 2023, the first item on the list for next year's Jersey Watch. And just because they're brand new doesn't mean the Kraken can't take part in the reverse retro program. Multiple sources have told me to be ready for something based on an old Seattle hockey team from the 1940s and 50s, something like the Ironmen, for example. The Canucks will stick with their home and away uniforms this season. The third jersey is a little up in the air. One rumor suggests they plan to trade in their blue and green design for the black throwback from the 1980s. I can't imagine many fans complaining if that happens. When it comes to reverse retro, nothing new to report. It leaked first and completely after photos appeared in a Facebook Marketplace listing in July. It's a navy blue throwback to the pre-NHL version of the Canucks from 1962. And finally, there's Vegas. Their home and third jerseys have been swapped. The sparkly gold is now the primary home uniform, just in time to get a sponsor ad, which will also be seen on the gray third jersey. The road uniform is also getting a minor update. It will now have gray pants to match the gold uniform. Black pants will remain with the gray alternate. And for the reverse retro, this one also leaked over the summer. Not an actual photo of the jersey, but a Photoshop rendering of the uniform that seems to have come from the Golden Knights creative team. And now you're caught up on everything that's coming in the 2022-23 NHL season. Thanks as always for watching the Aesthetics channel. If you enjoyed this video, try out the super thanks button, or you can just subscribe so you don't miss the next video. That's all for now. See you next time.